Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the stream. Do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe and give your boy a follow if you're watching over on X. The question of the day is Solana dead? Right? Because I see a lot of fighting on the timeline, and we're actually gonna have a short stream today because I'm gonna make a kind of like a full video about this topic and put it on X and probably YouTube too. That is the question, is Solana dead? Because there's a new player in town. And although they're not really that new, they're kind of new to the at least meme coin game in a way. Because if you think about it, if you go back to 2021, it was ETH and BNB really when it came to meme coins. Recently, it's been mostly Solana, like pump fund degeneracy. But the space was dying for a couple of different things. One is a place where we have meme coins that don't pump and dump in the span of 1 hour, right? Which is insane. And the whole perp deck situation with dark pools and Aster, and how Aster's kind of providing a service to the space that people wanted, most notably people like James Nguyen, who are getting hunted by market makers. So BNB is kind of addressing two big issues we have in this space. Because to be honest, a lot of us have felt that the meme coin fever is kind of been dead, right? It's just in the crypto space in general. And BNB is bringing that back in a big way. Now, the overall market is kind of just trading sideways. I mean, we had a pretty massive dump over the last 24 hours. It's not that bad, guys. We're having a minor pullback after going absolutely parabolic for like a week. I mean, the first week of Pumptober was absolutely insane. We're still above a $4 trillion market cap size. So all that stuff is what it is, right? Obviously, they're going to, the government's still shut down. We'll see what happens and those sorts of things. But when it comes to the beef between Solana and BNB, it's becoming real, right? So Solana posted this song by 50 Cent that said, "Many men, right? Many men wish death upon me," right? Pretty much saying that many men wish death upon Solana. Then BNB chain responds with a window shopper 50 Cent song. So, I mean, it's going absolutely insane. And we're starting to see the cope. This is from Lily Liu, who's the president of some Solana protocol. And they made a post about this, about Solana's price being $9, pretty much under $10 back in 2022. And this post says, "Solana is dead. Yeah, sure. Try again, bro." And she talked about how, they like being the underdog and those sorts of things. And I got to be honest with you. It's not that Solana is an underdog. We're not saying Solana is dead as a coin, right? The price is still nice. I think Solana is obviously going to run and do very well. We're talking about the meme coin ecosystem. Right? Because if you think about it, all eyes are on Solana. And that's not just me saying that, right? It's not just me saying all eyes are on Solana. Because where attention goes, liquidity flows. And what we've seen, and this is the page of the last 24-hour trending tokens on Deck Screener, it's all BNB. Right? It's absolutely all BNB, and it's not even close. You have a few Solana tokens sprinkled in here, which is normal, but it's all BNB. And obviously, this all started with Aster, and Aster's making the meme coin system more robust, ecosystem more robust. Right? Obviously, they're listing all these different meme coins on their perp decks, which is huge, right? And if we see their token launchpad for meme, it's dominating. Well, it's above Pump Fund right now. Now, I will say we have seen other protocols like Bonk Fund, beat out Pump Fund for a little bit. Then Pump Fund came back in a big way. But Frank the Gods, I'm not the biggest fan of this guy, but he made a really good post. And he said, "I called out every single new chain season this past year for being a fad, and that people would come back to the Solana trenches. I don't think the BNB season is a fad, and I don't think so either." You have to understand, BNB is not some new thing in the space. It's been around. It's tried and true. And of course, it's the #1 centralized exchange in the world, and it's not even close, especially when it comes to volume. CZ, the biggest KOL in the space, retired CEO, felon, out here thugging it up. I mean, it's insane. Everything is BNB right now. And the thing is, right, if you don't like money, you're going to ignore this. If you don't like realizing and understanding reality for what it is, you're going to get fucking left in behind. You're going to get left in the dust and wrecked, right? Especially if you're in the meme coin ecosystem. right? You got to get on the fad, because here's the thing. There may be community members out there who are stuck and married to their bags and will never go away from Solana. But you know who isn't married to their bags? The people that create these fucking shit coins, because they're not stupid. And they're going to go over to the new shiny toy, which is BNB, which is BNB. People are launching Telegram groups, pumping up groups. There's new cabals out there. And that's where you start to see things go crazy, when you start to see that. And this is a very interesting post by Bubble Maps that you guys need to take a look at, because it shows that BNB meme coin season is real. Over 100K on-chain traders bought into new meme coins, and 70% are in profit. Right? That's crazy. And it's true. I bought quite a few BNB meme coins, and most of them are doing well. I bought a few shitters here and there, but it's definitely a higher percentage than Solana by far. Now, will it eventually get to the same spot Solana got to? Maybe. But I don't think that BNB and Solana are kind of the same thing. I just think that, maybe the trenches will get cooked in about a year or 6 months, because it took Solana a while for it to become full degeneracy, right? It wasn't just pump fund right out of the gate that made Solana. I mean, we saw a bonk and whiff and these big meme coins do well, and it wasn't until later, until the Solana shit coin pump fund stuff started coming around and wrecking people and those sorts of things. So you have to keep that in mind. It eventually got to that place, but with CZ and Aster, I think it's a little different. But I think it will get to a point too where people are just launching shit and just rugging shit and those sorts of things. But I'm not sure if it'll ever get to the same degeneracy as Solana. And yes, Kayla, it's a meme right now. So exactly, get in the BNB trenches and learn Chinese. It's a meme right now, but it's true. They have the power of the Chinese investors. CZ's Chinese after all. So that's a big deal. Just keep that in mind. It's a different time in the crypto space. Regulators are not regulated. They're not focused on what they were focused on last season. And if you're on the sidelines hoping for BNB to fail, it's just not going to be. And the truth is, we don't have a big, banging meme coin on BNB just yet. But I mean, there are a couple tickers now that are $500 million in market cap size, and they're probably gonna start getting up to the top meme coins. They're gonna get close, right? They're gonna get a top 10 meme coin, and that's pretty much, in my opinion, like, yeah, you made it, So keep in mind, and yeah, exactly. Head Mentalist makes a good point. The way people are running to BNB meme when Base will do airdrop, the same thing will happen. People will run to Base. Yeah, I saw Crash made a post about that, and that is true too. I think Base is going to have a big, crazy influx of liquidity. You have to keep in mind the crypto space is still relatively small, and people are going to just full port over to another network. It's easy to do, it's not hard to do. And people are like squirrels in the space. They see a new shiny toy, and they go there. And you got to get with the program. All the attention is on BNB right now. And guys, we're having a short stream today, about half an hour ish. I'm gonna cook some content. I'm gonna cook up the same thing I talked about right now into like a little video and just put it online, see how it does and stuff. I think I want to get back to like more reporting and stuff, and making those cool informative videos, because those do well. But yeah, so I like shiny money. Yeah, you and everybody else, right? So, and good morning, Javi. I forgot to say hello, Javi, number one in the chat. Javi, how we doing? Selmo Fudd, GMGM, Mom, how we doing? West, Jayhawk, how we doing? Spider-Maz, Obey, what's up, motherfuckers? How's XLR doing? XLR is actually doing pretty well, right? Don't be letting randos involve you in scam, bros. Here's the thing about like these BNB meme coins. Like, a lot of them are going to be dust eventually. They're not exactly scams. It's just like you have to get in and make money on these meme coins. Like, they're gonna have their shelf life, But the point is to get in while you can. Solana will never die. It's not that it's dead. It's just that all the attention is on BNB. We got to be honest. Solana is currently dead. Hopefully, it comes back with a good play. Nothing sends anymore at the moment. I know exactly. It's not really clickbait, Bro, what's your take on alt season? When could we see alt season? You know, Leia Helpburn made a really good post. How do I spell her name? Is it Layla? Help. I guess I could just say, so a lot of people are waiting for alt season, but maybe, just maybe, we're already having an alt season. You know, we're having an alt season. BNB's doing well. I mean, Tron had a nice pump. I mean, we had some bangers come out of nowhere, like Sui, obviously Aster. Like, we've had some alts do well, you know? That's because Sol had the same three devs copying, pasting, and rugging all day. Exactly, yeah. But the thing about it, Kayla, is like the same people that are launching things over there are going to eventually come to like 4meme and stuff like that and do the same thing here. But maybe the space will be so big that it won't even matter, you know? Bro, what's your take on Xceller? Good project. Definitely needed in the space. Should do well. Should do well. I think a lot aren't thinking about what will be the easiest onboarding for all retailers and normies. That's big end of the day. Speaking of which chain will run at the end of the day, that's a long-term play. I think Base is good too, because a lot of people will be could be easily onboarded, you know, from Coinbase and those sorts of things. But yeah, but Base will have a big pump too. But who knows if it'll be as big as BNB. I mean, you have to understand what BNB is, man. Binance is just a juggernaut in this space. They're like a jack of all trades. When there's blood in the streets, we eat buying Sol while it's down. Yeah, buying Sol's good, but I would be careful buying a bunch of Sol meme coins. You know, especially ones that aren't like tried and true. It's been, you know, BNB is where you want to be. Like you saw the data there with, you saw the data with bubble maps. Like most people are winning on BNB. Art Caffeine, GM. How we doing? Like most people are winning, you know? Fart coin never dies. That is true. What else? What kind of boring news do we have? What else? It says bears are back. Traders are shorting Bitcoin again, but if Bitcoin breaks a new all-time high, over $4 billion in shorts could be liquidated. So we see that people are shorting the market right now. So the bears are back. And what else did we see? New update from MetaMask. They launched an in-wallet perpetual trading through Hyperliquid. So that's pretty cool. So obviously big partnership there. Now I remember this news because we heard about this, that it was coming, but it didn't go live till today, I believe. You know, Aster came around and stuff like that. So there's that. It's crazy. You know, gold pumping like a meme coin is God telling you the economy is fucked, which I think is really interesting, you know, which is true. And then I think Jerome Powell speaking soon, and we're probably going to get more interest rate cuts, but the government remains shut down. So that's true. What are good robotic tokens? What's up, Miss Arzu? Robotics token. What do you mean by robotics tokens? Why can't Bitcoin and Ethereum hit price discovery, but we just get failed rallies? I mean, if you're just focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know, but there's been other good plays. I mean, BNB has been a play, man. I mean, $1,300 for a BNB is nuts. You know, I was looking at one of my wallets and I had a couple BNB in there. And I thought it was just a few $100s because, you know, BNB was like $300, $400. And now they're like $1,300 each. And you're like, God damn, you know. I mean, I remember like swapping ETH to to one BNB used to be like 7 for 1 ETH, you know, and it's fucking getting close to just being like 3 BNB for 1 ETH. I feel ETH is not going price discovery, maybe because government shutdown, maybe market is waiting for a clear answer to it. But we've always had little rallies for government shutdowns, you know. So to me, the government shutdown is not a huge deal, and we started to absolutely rip. You know, all this price action has happened within the last week, like really putting an emphasis on Pumptober. So we'll see. But what's up, R Caffeine, GM, Bandito Crave, GM. And yeah, I mean, we're going to get some degeneracy on BNB eventually, but I think the space will be so big that it may not even matter. But the cope is pretty real. Government shutdown shouldn't hurt the hedge. That's not why ETH is down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's your take on that, bro? Why you think markets are not moving up? The markets are fine. What are you talking about? I don't know when people say, like, what do you want? Like 150K Bitcoin tomorrow? Markets are fine. It depends on what you're buying, head mentalist. Like, the markets are fine. If you're looking at Bitcoin and ETH, I mean, yeah, they're doing well. BNBs, there's some altcoins that are doing well. It's just like they come in like different phases. Like not everything pump. I mean, some things pump at once. Obviously, the market moves together, but you know, there's like a shiny new thing going on in the market. It depends where you're in, because a lot of people that are on the BNB chain are winning right now, like big dubs, like big W's. Something like the Tesla robot connected to Web3. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that would be more like a kind of like a hype thing, you know? I haven't heard any Web3 things right now. Bro, market is fine. I know. Yeah. No, maybe I'm just overthinking for ETH to go to 10K to 15K soon. Ooh, I think 10K, but 15K would be gnarly. Everyone wants up. It comes in waves. Yeah. Rodney beats those drums like he beats his meat. Selmo Fudd, good morning. How you doing, brother? On one. Sipping the cognac this morning, Selmo? But dude, BNB flipping XRP. Woo! Didn't see that. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't see that. And they're extending the lead too, which is crazy. Because usually things flip for a little bit, but BNB is extending the lead. It has taken the lead and has extended it. This stands with alts and shitcoins. Volume comes in waves. Absolutely. I've seen Layer Brett on TikTok pre-sale. Is that legit? If it's not, someone is just making a new pre-sale for Brett. You know, I would stay away from any like copycats. You know, but yeah, BNB is on absolute fire. Heat, hot. You know, scorching. It's on. You know, and it seems like the Solana trenches are cooking. Thoughts on Binance Super Cycle? Yeah, I mean, Jake's talking about it. Like, look at the new people that are talking about coins, you buy them. Jake, Henoch, what's his name? James Wynn. Like any token these guys are talking about, I'm gonna buy some of them because we've seen with bubble maps. Right, we've seen with bubble maps, like you're probably going to win, right? 70% of meme coin traders are in profits. Did you bet? Yeah, I did get some Binance Super Cycle. I did, yes. I did. I got a few other ones. I got wrecked on one pretty bad. But I got some Yepe, some Yellow Pepe. I got some Palu, and I got some Binance Super Cycle. I'm buying all BNB shit. You know, came here for the title. Solana isn't dead. BNB is having their hot girl moment after the relationship. I don't know, King Cost. The thing is, man, I don't think this is a fad. I think that BNB is dominating right now. Now, I'm not saying Solana is dead. Let's keep it real. The coin is not dead, but the trenches, the meme coin craze, the ecosystem could be cooked. You have to understand where attention goes, liquidity flows, and this space is still small. And the people that are creating and profiting on making meme coins in the Solana ecosystem are not stupid. They're going to improvise, adapt, and overcome. They're going to go straight to BNB and cook there. The only people that are going to be left stuck are the people that are still stuck to their conviction plays, or just stuck in their ways on Solana and can't adapt with what's going on in the market. We saw a hot girl moment, an actual hot girl moment a little bit with Tron last year. Remember, Tron was doing some crazy things. It was all the hype. I just don't think BNB is that. BNB is bigger than that, especially with Aster and CZ. CZ is a wild animal running rampant on social media. This motherfucker is pumping everything, and he cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. Aster cannot be stopped. Yeah, the only way BNB and Aster could ever fail, in my opinion, is if we had some sort of government intervention with regulators and stuff like that. And this was the Gary Gensler SEC, we would definitely see that. But we're not going to see that right now because we have Trump in office and we have different regulators, and they're not about that. They're about letting the crypto space be crypto. you know, and a part of that is being the wild, wild west. Aster cannot fail. Like I've said, I don't think Aster can fail. Yeah, it'll pull back in price. It'll lose some steam a little bit, cool off, but it'll be successful. I'm telling you. You know, we need you in the BNB trenches. Yeah, you know, I am. I'll start posting more BNB plays. You know, they're just pump and dumps though, but which is fine. There's some bangers though. The thing is, like, you're gonna find some good bangers. That's why I'm buying everything. Anyone I see, I'm buying a little bit of it at least, like a one BNB here, half a BNB here. You know, I'm trying to make some Monday. You know, and you should too, because the trenches are not cooked on BNB. Yeah, that makes sense. Aster's, yeah, it's fire. It's fire. Yeah. What's your favorite chain? Like, if you had to choose, which one would it be? I mean, to be honest, a lot of them are similar with, especially now, except for ETH, with, you know, prices and those sorts of things. When it comes to swapping and speed, a lot of them are very similar, but I suppose all the hype is on BNB right now. I mean, Pepe is my favorite meme coin, but, you know, CZ is the biggest scale up period. I agree. Aster is not failing. Solana is superior on ramp for normies. BNB and Sol, not just one. Always appreciate your takes. I appreciate that, King Cost. Yeah, I'm not saying Solana is dead per se, but I'm just saying that all the attention is shifting from so. And you can, and like, it's not me saying it. You go to Deck Screener and it's all BNB tokens. You know, and you know, I have to say that a lot of people were getting tired with the Solana trenches. It's just the same shit all the time. The same pump fund tokens, the same people talking about them, the same people rugging them. No one's even making money on Solana unless, like, you got in real early or you have an insider advantage. But it seems like on BNB, people are just like, normies are making money. You know, so that's a big deal. And that's a huge deal. Just change your PFP, Rodney. I should make it into a Pepe logo. Okay, fine. You might have convinced me to try the BNB trenches. You got to get with the program. You know, the thing is, like, it's you just got to make sure you got to try it out. You can't ignore money. You can't ignore where the attention's at. It's like you can ignore reality, but the reality is going to still happen. You know, you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. And that's getting left behind. All the attention is on BNB right now. So act accordingly. You know, get in the game. I'm just curious what Powell is going to say today. I know. Yeah. What is he going to say? It's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously the government shut down still. A lot of crazy shit going on with the National Guard and the fucking. I've been paying a little less attention to politics lately. But it is kind of gnarly right now. I quit the Sol trenches a while ago. I need to get into BNB. Yeah, just pour it over. It's really easy to do. I was going to make a how to do video, but I think people know. But I'm going to make is Solana dead video next. So it's going to make a lot of people mad, but I'll spit some facts. I'll put, is Solana dead because BNB season is real or here or something like that. You know, something like that. Like a nice little video, and, you know, go over all this stuff for you guys and stuff like that. That kind of content makes me feel good, you know. What's up, bud? How we doing? And guys, remember, short stream today, only half an hour. We're gonna cook some content after this. So I'm gonna edit my own videos, see how that goes. Haven't done that in a minute, I'll tell you that. But we still know how to do it. I don't know if you guys know, back in the day, I used to. Dude, the cope is real, dude. The cope is real. Solana maxis are not happy. But hey, I don't make the rules. I'm just being an observer of what's going on, you know. Now, eventually, like I said, you know, BNB will get a little more cooked, but I don't think it'll ever be as cooked as Solana. Just a good feeling. I think CZ's a good guy too, you know. I think he's a good dude. Yeah, he does act like a quirky little dev that I don't know what's going on. I'm just a guy, but he knows what he's doing, right? I know. You know. And he's reposting a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, it is crazy. You know, the biggest KOL. You know, KOL stands for key opinion leader. You know, it's not like some crazy demonic entity like people make it out to be. Like, oh my God, it's a KOL. It's the second coming of Christ. I mean, it's the Antichrist. It's like, it's just a person with their key opinion leaders, you know? And he's the biggest one, baby. And I mean, it makes sense. He has a lot of history in crypto and those sorts of things, but I don't BNB will ever get cooked based on BNB having the Asian markets cornered, right? That could be it too. Yeah. It's not like Asians weren't trading in, pump fund, but definitely a different meta. And look, don't get it twisted. Just because you see a lot of Chinese tickers doesn't mean it's all people from China. Like there's a lot of fucking Americans and people that are looking to make some money that'll just make a Chinese ticker project. Like they can use Google Translate. They're not dumb, you know? But yeah, they do have the Chinese market too. It is Binance season. And look, you don't have to participate. You don't have to like it, but it is. It is what it is. And Binance is here. Do you think once Solana ETFs kick in, it will pump Solana to the next levels? Yes, but I don't think it's going to have this. People don't understand how important meme coins are to an ecosystem. When you have meme coins like going crazy, so many people, like tokens can be anything. It could be any sort of project. It could be Aster. It could be anything. Like tokens could be anything. But what gets an ecosystem going is like the volume of people creating meme coins and bringing liquidity and those sorts of things to a native chain. And that's going to slowly go away from Solana into BNB, and it's starting to happen already. And that's what's pushing BNB to these new heights. It's like it's Aster, and it's all these tokens pushing the coin up, and that's what got Solana to its all-time high. When really a lot of other topple coins weren't doing well. So keep that in mind. You know, ETFs are good, but just like when we got the Ethereum ETF, like no one really cared that much. Like I think a lot of people thought the Ethereum ETF would do really, really well, or just ETFs in general, because the Bitcoin one did so well. But the truth is, just people were more interested in the Bitcoin one. You know, yeah, Aster is going to do some insane, nasty things. I think some nasty things. Solana, we'll see. Just for being the shizzy. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. I appreciate Art Caffeine. Hey, hopefully you guys are getting in on some BNB plays. But short stream today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Be on the lookout for my Is Solana Dead video. It should be out within the next hour. Short stream today, guys. We'll stream tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace to the Middle East. Thank you so much for popping in. Everything's going to be fine. If you're worried about the market pulling back a little bit, stop being so fucking impatient. Just relax. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.